Welcome to the channel, everybody. Today I wanted to do a video on my properties that I have and the weird situation that I've had with appraisals. And I've purposely gotten an extra, like a excess amount of appraisals over the years just to kind of see how this goes. And I don't know what the point of this video is, but it's just weird to me. So I just brought out two properties, and I have, let me see if that's, I have 4 appraisals for this property that I'm on right now. 5 appraisals for my other property in the same neighborhood. And I have 3 houses in this neighborhood, and I can't remember I don't have the appraisals for the other house. Those got kind of lost in translation during the sale of it. But I know what they are, so maybe we can discuss those too. That one's not as weird. So let's just go through these real quick. I'm going to try to show these without giving too much information because there's a lot of my personal information on here. So in 1996... this place, my other house, 0.55 acres, appraised for $9,500 in 1996. I don't have a month, but it says 1996. So, the previous owner put a 1970 single-wide mobile home. This guy here. So, it's shitty little 70s mobile home. There's an addition over here, and it's 2 single wides put together, both from the 70s. 1,848 square feet. So I came and I bought the place in 2005 when I was 16 years old, and it appraised for $88,000. So contract sale price was $88,000. And I paid full appraisal for it. 2005. Let's find one more. Let's go the next. Let me see. I have 3 more here for this property. So between 96, we put a 1970 mobile homes. I don't know what mobile homes used to go for back then, but I know they only sold for like $10,000 new or something like that. So $9,500 for the land, and so it already had utilities on it. It had propane, electric, and water. This neighborhood was subdivided out in the 70s, and yeah. So we have 9 years. We jumped up, we'll go 10 grand or whatever. We jumped up $70,000, $78,000 minus the price of whatever like that. So we jumped up, and I know that 2005 was a high peak. That was before the crash, and they were just giving homes. I'm one of them. I'm a guy. I bought a house at 16 years old, and on a real estate contract. And I was not allowed to buy insurance for the house, so I had to get a waiver because insurance is a national thing, and I was not allowed to sign an insurance contract, but I was emancipated, and I was allowed to sign a contract in my home state where I was emancipated at. So, bought the house, and I put like $10,000 down. At that point, I had worked at a machine shop. I dropped out of school when I was 13, worked at a machine shop for 3 years, saved up 10 grand, and wanted to get out of my grandma's house, and talked to the next door neighbor. She wanted to get rid of that place, and so she sold it to me. I think I paid like $1,200 a month or something, because it was a really short-term loan. But But yeah, never missed a payment. I paid this place off when I was 25. So let's go to the next appraisal. 2012, and I get the property refinanced. We are down to $50,000 now after the crash. So I needed refinance. I was having whatever. Quick side note on that. When I was 21, which would have been whatever year, right before I had these financial problems, I bought a house after the crash, and it was a little stick-built house, 900 square foot or something like that, and I paid $52,000 for it. When I was going through this refinancing, my financial problems, I had foreclosed on that house. But I was allowed to keep this other house. So through all this process, but I refinanced. That same exact house, I know the guy that bought it from the bank after I foreclosed on it. He rents it out to a friend of mine. And originally, so my house payment was $350 a month, I think. It was something really cheap. I think it was $350 a month. And after he bought it, he rented it out to one friend of mine. I think he rented it out for $800 or $900 a month. And today, another person that I know rents it for $1,600 a month. And this is think about a 900 square foot house in a decent neighborhood. But that house in 2012, 2010. Let me think. Yeah, 2011. I bought that house in 2011, and it appraised for $52,000. Today, he is renting that house out for $1,600 a month. And it is worse shape as ever. Back to my story. After the crash. So, I needed refinance. I was having whatever financial problems. And I got it refinanced. And I can't remember what I owed, but it was right around that price. This $50,000 is what it appraised at. So they appraised. So another weird thing, I needed $50,000 and they appraised it. Well, the property's worth $50,000. And so I had to come up with the 20% down from that in order to get refinanced. So I think I had to pay, I don't know, it was like 10 grand, something weird like that. So let's go on to the next one. Looks like 2018. So we are end of 2018. We're at $150,000. So I was starting doing business stuff and got it reappraised for whatever reason. And then let's go to, without showing too much, so shows a little bit. 12 of 1923, we're at $100,000. So that looks like the last appraisal I have for that. We went from $9,500 to $88,000 to $50,000 to $150,000 to $100,000. And I've had other appraisals on that place. I've had one for $115,000. And I think I've had one for $35,000 over the last few years. So within a year of each other, I have had one appraiser appraise for $35,000 and one appraiser appraise for, I don't know if it was lower than that. I've had maybe it was $27,000 because this other one was $35,000. So I think I've had one for $27,000 and I've had one for $150,000 within a short time from each other. So this is 0.55 acres, mobile home, and that's it. Shitty little mobile home. non-permanent foundation, blah, blah, blah. Not financeable. So a lot of you are going to say, well, yeah, this is normal and all that stuff. I still think this is crazy. It just shows how subjective this shit is. So, all right. So property number 2, we are in my shop. And you can see all these properties on my YouTube channel. So I have tours of all of them. So this is my 1,200 square foot shop. There is a 1970s mobile home. And I live in the RV. So all of this neighborhood, I have houses in the same place. And I know all the history of this. This place sold in 1983 for $40,000. There's a 1,600 square foot house over here that is now abandoned, and it's in really rough shape, the shape that I bought it in. There's this 1970-something mobile home. This house is from the 40s over here. This is about a 2-acre lot and a 1,200 square foot, pretty decent shop. You can see that it's dated, it's old, but nice shop. I bought this property for business. So the guy I bought it from bought it in 1983, and he paid $40,000 for it. So we got it appraised. First appraisal, I think, is this one. In order for me to purchase it, he wanted $150,000 for it, which was, to me, the right price. 1,200 square foot shop plus whatever I've got upstairs for office space here and storage. I've used that 1,600 square foot house for storage, and the 2 acres because I run a mechanic shop, yada, yada, yada. So, right about the time that I bought it, 2022, this was peak of the market, I would say. Pretty high, I don't know. $140,000 is what this place appraised for. So there's all my crazy crap. Oh, so the shop that we're in, the upstairs office, all these carports and sheds and that abandoned house and carports and everything. So that's what I paid for. See if there's, yeah. So so this is the abandoned house. And that's how I bought it. Just super, super rough shape. Let me see if there's any other awesome pictures. But yeah, very rough property, but I wanted the shop. Anyways, okay. So $140,000. The first appraisal that I dealt with this place. That was in, let me look at the date. Sorry, I just don't want to show too much of my personal information. What did I say? April 2022. Okay. We have December 2023. We have a appraisal for same property. So there is a 2020. And let's see how many. So let's go 2020. I think that's going to be an older one. So $38,000. So I found this. He got this appraised 2 years before I bought it. 2020. August of 2020. $38,000. I came in, he wanted $150,000. The bank appraised it at $140,000. So not only did I have to come up with the $10,000 down, I had to come up with the 20%. So $38,000, which coincidentally enough is the same freaking price this place appraised for, $38,000. That was my down payment. I paid $140,000. I am happy at $140,000. So we come in here. Let's go December 2023, $65,000 after I bought it. So I bought it for $140,000. Now it's $65,000 while I own it. So he owned it. He got an appraisal for $38,000. It went up on the market. I went to buy it. He wanted whatever, $150,000. It appraised for $140,000. I own it. I go back and get an appraisal, and now it appraises for 65 during one of the largest, yada, yada, yada. So there's another 65. That's probably all the stuff for that. Now, let's go to another one. So, May 2022, shortly after I buy it. Oh, it's going to show my address. Oh, well. $323,000. There's the shop that we're in. So what did we go from 65? What was the one appraisal? We'll go, that was within a year. What was this one? The $140,000 appraisal. Didn't I slap that thing? Anyways, close to each other. So I don't know where I put that at. Is this it? Within a year, we went from, I don't know, within a short period of time, we went from $40,000 in the 80s, $38,000 in 2020, $140,000 in 2022, and also $65,000 and $323,000 in the same freaking year. So super, super subjective. The comps on these things, I think by law they have to be in the same county. But yeah, so the comps are crazy. There's comps that are, this county is way different. You drive a mile from here and you're in a totally different type of area. But like I said, I don't know what my point on this is, and some people are going to think this is normal. And if you think this is normal, you're out of your freaking mind. I'm going to have to look at what the house appraised for right here. I'll show you. So I haven't changed anything on any of these properties. Just started doing business off of them. So I had another one that went from the next door one. I think we had trying to think. So I paid $100. I sold it once under a real contract for $150, and I can't remember the appraisal on it. And then that appraisal failed, and it sold for $187 the second time through a bank. I had to get FHA lending, permanent foundation, all that shit. These are all mobile homes. So that's the other thing, couple things that I've learned for this, is that appraisals are so subjective. That whole system is crazy. And if you are getting, depending on what you need an appraisal for, that little meme that they say, how people see my house. Well, if you're going to the bank and you get an extremely low appraisal, you're getting screwed. If you're filing bankruptcy and they're looking at your equity or your taxes or something like that, and you get an extremely high appraisal, you're getting screwed. So the thing is there's a system here that you need to play. So like I said, just a business property. This is the house here. I'll show you it. And mobile homes are a terrible, terrible idea because their comps suck. They're extremely more subjective than a normal house. So appraisals are subjective, and then you get a weird property that isn't normal, and the subjectiveness goes through the roof to infinity. So check out this lovely thing. This is the house here, and it was flood damage house. Actually, not as bad as I remember. Where's the light in this thing? So see all the mold up top? So I use it for storage. Let me turn around here. So there's my $323,000 house. This is what millennials get to buy. Millennials can't afford this place. Freaking interest is so high now. So, but yeah, I have some other crazy issues that I'm dealing with interest-wise. So these are on balloon payments, and I will owe the balloon payment here pretty soon, and the interest will be so freaking high. I'm not sure what that's going to mean for me. But yeah, we're shooting up in interest and on several places at the same time. So anyways, like I said, I don't know what the point of this video is. Just wanted to get it out there, but it's freaking crazy. I'm dealing with a lot of financial problems in life right now, and this is one of these houses and everything are this appraisals and values, and everything's causing me a lot of issues, taxes, and every time every time it's really bad for you to appraise high, it appraises high. And every time you need to go get a loan or consolidation, it appraises for shit. So, yeah, it's always on the losing end, it seems like. But anyways, so yeah, tell me what you guys think. I don't know, just a random video ranting about this stuff. I'd like to do the same thing for my wages, do a video to show my wages since I've been 18 till now, and they went kind of in a weird direction as well. I've made more money when I was 18 years old than I have since then in almost 20 years or something now, 15 years we'll call it. And then the economy just tanked after that. So, all right, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you want to check out the property tours, I bought these. Everything was going great. You can tell this weird decline in my life from early on in my videos where we were planning on building a house and we bought our dream property. We hired an architect, and I bought a tractor brand new cash, and we were buying these new vehicles, and everything was going good, and it's not that anymore. It's a lot of financial struggles and a lot of problems over the last few years. So whatever you think is causing that, whatever changed in the last 4 years now, whatever coincidentally started changing in life. So, all right, done ranting. Like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next video.